Welcome, Dame Marie Diamond. She is my new guest at Show Me Your Diamond podcast and YouTube channel. Dame Marie Diamond is a feng shui and manifestation master. Marie, would you please present yourself to our listeners and the subscribers? Say a few more words about yourself.
Thank you so much, Julia, for having me here on a beautiful title, Show Me Your Diamond. Of course, I'm happy to be here as my name is Diamond. So, most of you probably know me from the hit movie and bestseller The Secret, where I'm the only European featured teacher in. I'm a global best-selling author of more than 9 books on feng shui, energy, law of attraction. I am also executive producer and talent in a TV show on the American platform Tubi called Feng Shui Your Life. I have a new book coming out called Your Home is a Vision Board that comes out with Hay House. And yes, I have more than 2 million online students on feng shui, meditation, and law of attraction worldwide.
Oh my God, how honored we are to have you. I am also so grateful and honored to share my connections, knowing incredible people like yourself, to share with more people, because I believe the knowledge that people like yourself amass through their experiences needs to be shared. More people need to know what you know, and more people need to know about you. And what a better guest could I actually have asked for someone with an actual last name Diamond for Show Me Your Diamond podcast.
Yeah.
Marie, so I usually keep this question to the end, but I can't wait and ask you, show me your diamond.
Well,
Who
I
or
think
what
my
is your diamond?
well, I think my diamond is that I really bring the East and the West energy together. I've studied ancient wisdom for more than 50 years. I started meditating at 7 years old. I started working with feng shui when I was 15. And only after going through a career as a lawyer, I really started understanding that that was my purpose, to bring very complex ancient information to the West in a very simple and easy way for people to understand. And doing that with love and passion. I think my diamond is definitely the purpose I was given after a near-death experience, and that was to enlighten more than 500 million people. And with The Secret, we already have accomplished that, but it's an ongoing purpose in life to every day enlighten people so that they be the best of themselves and grow to be better human beings, better fathers, mothers, friends, business people in their world, so that they really feel the love in themselves and they can express the love around them. I think that's my diamond.
Oh my God, what a beautiful diamond. Thank you for showing us your diamond. Wow, what a mission. I'm speechless. We could only dream to accomplish what you have already accomplished. And it's amazing that you have started so early. How comes you started Feng Shui at 7? And share with us how you first became interested in Feng Shui and what led you to pursue it as a career.
Mm. Well, after my near-death experience and because I was run over by a truck, I was having a lot of health issues. And one of them was I had really trouble with memory, short-term memory. And I would say my body was definitely not functioning well. And so I asked a spiritual mentor that I already had since I was 7 that taught me first meditation. I asked him, what did I do wrong to attract such an accident? And he just said laughingly, you have bad feng shui, Marie. So you have to understand, I'm originally from Belgium, Catholic family, that word feng shui was just not in our vocabulary. And so I started researching it, and I couldn't find anything in our library in our city. And so I asked him to tell me like some few basic principles. So he taught me that my bedroom was really in the wrong direction, that I would change into another bedroom, change the colors around me, change, the images around me, and that I would start attracting something better. And indeed, my life really shifted within a few weeks from being bullied at school, no friends, to become very accepted, having a lot of friends, first love. My health started improving amazingly. So it was like a big shift that happened. And I kept doing these basic principles, even if later on I became an international lawyer and had my career in Belgium and in Europe. And it's only when I was 31 years old, I started teaching. I actually started a consulting company where I was bringing more well-being into the workspace. And I started teaching people meditation. And I started seeing a lot of them could not really get to a higher level of themselves because the environment was really so energetically off. And that's when I started studying in Malaysia with a grandmaster to really understand what really I can do with the environment. And I became a certified feng shui master, and I started teaching this, and we just have not stopped from teaching this part. And now, like I said, more than 2 million online students have done classes and speaking with me. And yeah, it's been, my purpose was definitely to bring that forward. I'm a classically trained feng shui master, so I really am trained in the Chinese ancient systems. But I found a way to bring it more connect with quantum physics, more connect with the brain waves, with neurology, with manifestation. So I kind of brought the law of attraction and feng shui together.
And how do you see exactly the connection between feng shui and manifestation? How can arranging our physical spaces enhance our ability to manifest our goals?
Yeah. So I'll go back to one of the first things my grandmaster shared with me. I said there's three kinds of luck, three kinds of ways that we can manifest things. And the first one is called the spiritual part, the spiritual luck. And that is when you, for example, do your prayers, you do your intentions, you're connecting with a higher power, if that's even your higher self, or you believe in a higher power like God, the universe, angels, masters, spiritual guides, ancestors, whatever that is, according to your belief system. He said, like, when you're praying, when you're connecting with that source, you will be able to manifest things. Now, of course, it's not something we have a big control over. We ask and we hope we will receive by doing our prayers and our rituals. Now, he said some people believe that's 100% the way they have to manifest, but he said actually it's only a 33% that will give results. The second part is what we, since the 70s, would say it's called self-development, having a positive mindset. So we call that the human part of manifestation. It's like if you have the right thoughts, if you have goals, if you journal, if you then also express gratitude, if you behave positively, if you take action towards the goals that you have in the future, you literally are changing the energy in such a way that you are starting to manifest because you change who you are, how you express yourself. And my master would say, well, that's great, but it's only 33% of results. Some people will say, no, it's 100%, but actually it's not. And that's why a lot of people, when they practice like the aspects in The Secret, that they don't always have the results because or they're missing out on the meditation or connecting with a higher source, or they're connecting just with the mindset, but they're missing out the last part of manifestation. And that's what we call the environmental part. And that is where you live, where you sleep, where you work, gives a subconscious energy field. And whatever is subconscious around you is affecting you. I would call that your home is a vision board. So it's not just that you create and put goals in on paper, if you write it or you make a vision board. It's that everything around you is affecting you nonstop in a subconscious way. So where you sleep, where your bedroom is, where your workspace is, where your living area is. And it's not just the people, it's the physical space. And so, for about thousands of years ago, 4,000 years ago, there were some, I would call it shamans, that in China started understanding how that energy in the environment flows and helps you to manifest health, relationships, finances, inspiration. I think we all know when we go to certain areas that we feel so uplifted. Our favorite restaurant, for example, our favorite bookstore. And even in our own home, there's a favorite place where we love hanging out. And there's other areas where we try to avoid because perhaps there's too much clutter, but it could be a restaurant you go in once and you're like, it's not my thing. Or, we feel it. We are sensitive towards energy, even if we are not always aware of it. And so, but what if you can create a space that it really is aligned with your goals? It's aligned with your vision for your life by using colors, by using images, by using items around you, the way you position yourself on your desk, the way you sleep. All this is affecting your brain waves. First of all, it's affecting your energy field. It's affecting your outcome of your life. And so that last part is what I really understood that was my purpose to share with the world.
What a beautiful purpose to share. For those um, for those that are new to Feng Shui, are you able to share some simple, practical tips that they can implement today to improve the energy flow at home or at work?
Yeah, of course. So I just want to go back to the word feng shui. So feng shui means literally wind and water. It's all about flow of energy. So you can compare it as an energy system of the environment as you would do, for example, Tai Chi or yoga or Qigong or acupuncture. So we're looking at creating movement, we're creating, space energetically that is aligned with what you want. So therefore, the first step is always organize the space around you. Like literally before I started working, I made sure that my desk was organized, that it was not like all pieces and paper here, because then my focus is not just you, my focus is literally always peripheral. And so even if I look at you, I see whatever is in that field. Yeah. And so if there would be clutter, it would disturb my mind, it would disturb me talking to you. So I always say to people, declutter, organize the space around you. Let go of things that are broken, let go of things that you do not longer need anymore. It could be that you're selling it on a vintage app, clothes, or you're giving it to Goodwill, or you're giving it away to friends and family. So make sure you let go of at least between 10 and 20% of what you have already, because then you create an opening, you create an open space, and then the universe, God, is saying, okay, there is a channel that has opened, I can bring things towards you. That's the first thing. The second thing that I always suggest to people is the way you position yourself in every room. So, for example, right now I'm sitting in such a way, even if I'm just talking to you, I'm always seeing the door. So, literally, the door is over there. So, if somebody would walk in, I would not be surprised. I would see the door. I think where you're sitting, you also probably can see the door. Yeah.
Yes, I see in front of me a door towards my garden, and on my right, I need to
Yeah.
turn to see the other door.
Yeah, so it's always the door that you come into the space. Yeah,
Okay,
that's the
okay.
first one. Yeah, the moment you have to change your head, then you're not seeing the door completely. You have to be like looking and seeing the door. Yeah, I always say people don't come through the windows of your garden.
Yes.
They come through, if like somebody comes and bring a cup of tea, they will come through that main door. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing. When you're sitting with your back to the door, you actually are vulnerable to critique, to problems because you literally are not seeing the incoming flow. And that's both in your workspace, in your dining room, in your sofa, any meeting you have outside, in a restaurant or a coffee shop, where hotel lobby. Make sure you always see the door. Yeah, because then your brainwave, what we have seen, goes into alpha brainwaves. When we're in alpha brainwaves, our energy is focused on our frontal cortex. We're open to the future. We're opening ourselves to creativity. If you're with your back to the door, literally, if, for example, I would be speaking and I would be turning myself around, and my public is where the door is, right? So you would see, I wouldn't see you and you wouldn't see me. So what people experience then within a few seconds, that you have more beta brain waves. And so the energy focuses on the reptilian brain area, and you go faster in fear, you're less creative, you're more focused on the past instead of the future. So this is like, it is a change in mindset and a change in behavior. So that is a second thing that's very easy to change, right? The third step is a little bit more personal. So for that, I would like you to download my free Mary Diamond app that is available on all the app stores. And when you go there, you will see you'll be asked to put in your birthday and your sex at the moment of your birth. It creates a calculation. It's not the typical numerology. It's not adding the numbers. It's a calculation, and it gives you an energy number. So my number is 5. But what it does, it tells you what are your best directions. So my best directions are indicated here. So mine is, for example, southwest. But what is the most important is the compass. We're getting a compass. It's called the diamond compass. And you see my success direction is southwest. For the rest of my life, that is the portal of energy that is the strongest for me. That's where the wind comes in the strongest. That brings me the most, the greatest harvest, the greatest money, the greatest good energy. So in this room right now, it's actually over there. Yeah. So when I look at it, it actually has my books are there. It has my awards there. It has symbols that for me feel like it is like connected with my success. And I do have there the same diamond actually that you have, Julia, right? I have that as a symbol there.
We're
So
connected.
yep. So it's all about putting, like I almost say, like this is like the acupuncture of your home. So your acupuncture that you need to activate, the place to activate is your success. Yeah. So you do that in your bedroom, you do that in your living room, you do that in your office. Of course, in your office, the focus is on business success. Yeah. If it's in your living room, it's on family success. In your bedroom, it's on romantic success. And so, but people will be seeing there are some videos that they can download. They can see all this for free for a certain amount of time, and then they can upgrade. So these are like 3 steps that really immediately shifts your energy.
Wow, beautiful. I love that. In fact, they are simple, they are practical, and we can implement them right away. In fact, next time I will be positioned to see the door. But now there's nothing to take away my attention to what you're saying because I find it very valuable, Marie.
Thank you.
So what is, because we just spoke about success. What is success for you? I always like to ask successful people, what is success to you? Because to me, you're successful. But the way I measure success might be different from your own feeling of success.
Yeah. So for me, success is really about the impact and the positive impact and reach that I have created in the world, and seeing other people really changing their lives, their families are changed, so their businesses are transformed. That is what for me is success. I know some people will want to know, how is the value for in money, but I would say success for sure can be having a money value. I'm definitely, when I started and where I am now, I have increased my money net worth, but it's also about my value that I have created. When you, like last Sunday, I was speaking at an event, and you see people coming, traveling for hours to meet you and to just express their gratitude because you have changed their life and the life of their family. And they are so, touched by connecting with you, to see you in person, and to have even 5 minutes to talk to you. So to give them like an extra advice, or to just hug them and to encourage them to move forward. I mean, that for me is the greatest success of my life, that I can go to many places and there is happy and grateful people that have studied with me, sometimes for years online, and I have so many people that have never met me in person, but that, really I've seen, or they let me know, this has changed my life. I have improved this. My child is doing better. My relationship is doing so much better. I mean, that the gratitude I get from it, that is the greatest success I can ever imagine.
Wow. Could you share with us one or couple of the most powerful success stories of some of your clients or students that have studied with you?
Yes, of course. So I'm just thinking about, it's a very simple story, but so important. Just somebody that was listening to the podcast of somebody else, and I told her about the change of the positioning. And so she was sitting with her back to the door, facing the wall. And when you're facing the wall, you're literally creating a wall of creativity, a wall of finances, a wall of recognition. Like you are stuck, you're looking at the wall. And so she just listened and changed that desk around, just a very simple turnaround so she could see the door. She activated her success direction. And she was working for 10 years as an accountant. And her boss had never given her any, I would say, compliment, never gave her a raise, not a bonus. And she wanted to have another job, but she was so stuck because she was literally stuck in the space. And she texted me 2 weeks later through Instagram. And she said, Marie, I can't believe it. But the first day after, my boss started giving me compliments. A week later, he gave me a raise and a bonus. He said, it's long overdue. And now I just got 2 other job offers. Suddenly, headhunters started finding me and offered me a job where I'm going to be making double the income. Now, this looks like, I would say, a random story for me, but if for that person, it is not. Yeah. So I want to tell you that very simple story, how just by doing one thing, sometimes things can really change your life. Because she was stuck and she turned her angle. She changed her perception in the room, and therefore the perception of people was changed towards her. That's a very simple story. Another story is a little bit more a personal story, is that literally when I came to America to live here, that's about 22 years ago, I put my vision board up. And on my vision board, I had this yellow post-it note that I put on. I'm going to be in a movie seen by millions of people that will transform their lives. Very simple. It was not even very well written English. I mean, my English was not so great at that time. So I put it there, and I thought for myself, I need to have a symbol representing that. So I got myself a fake Oscar statue, and I put my name on it, Marie Diamond 2005. That was in 2001. And so as I did that, 2 things happened. The first of all, within 2 weeks, I attracted a client that later on was one of the people also in the movie The Secret. And she introduced me to a lot of other people that were very well-known global best-selling authors, like Jack Canfield, Bob Proctor, Marianne Williamson, John Gray, and they all became my clients. And later on, Jack Canfield invited me to the Transformation Leadership Council, where actually the film The Secret was filmed. 60% of the people in the movie was actually part of that mastermind group. And so in 2005, I literally became part of this movie called The Secret that has reached millions of people and transformed their lives. So that was my own story. The second thing that happened was the Oscar. So I put this fake Oscar out, and within a month, somebody that I had no idea that existed, a producer of an Oscar-winning movie. It was actually Alfie, the movie Alfie, with Jude Law, was actually reaching out to me because he needs some help for a personal matter. And I still don't know where he got my name from, but he found me somehow. And so I started this whole journey where I only met people that had won one Oscar. So one morning, I woke up with the idea, this is so strange. I only get people that have won one Oscar, one Emmy. So I bought myself two other fake Oscars and I put them, it was on a Tuesday morning, I put them in my success section. They're actually still there. And so within a few days, I was invited to work with a VIP client. And then I found out that this VIP client was Steven Spielberg. And so when then I went to see the houses of Steven Spielberg, I found out he only had 3 Oscars. And I asked them, when did you thought about connecting with me? And they said, well, it's interesting. You know, we know about you for 4 years, but for 4 years we have hesitated to call you till last week, Tuesday afternoon. So a few hours after I put my 3 Oscars, they decided to call me and invite me. And so now I had to place his Oscar somewhere else. They were in the wrong place. They were in his bedroom, so I put them in his office because he wanted to have a fourth Oscar. So the year after, his company got a fourth Oscar. And now I do have 4 Oscars out because I have 2 clients with 4 Oscars. So the universe is very precise. So I was like, that one Oscar did not allow me to connect with people that had more Oscars. So this is like my own story that I just want to share.
I love all those stories. And now I want to go to rewind a little bit because I was so excited to start asking you questions and record the podcast that I actually forgot to say how do we know each other. So I had the pleasure to meet you in person in London at a beautiful speakers event where we both received awards. So
Yeah.
that's already a stars meeting. We had our awards. And when I heard your last name and I heard about you and the link to the secret, I was so impressed, but I was also drawn. And look at this, a few months later, here we are talking on my podcast, because at that point, my podcast wasn't launched, and this was a dream of mine. And now here it is, Show Me Your Diamond, sharing my diamonds with. I need to precisely ask probably the universe for how many shall I ask for millions of viewers touching. I
Of
would
course, you should.
Yes, I would love to be touching and sharing knowledge and the amazing network of people I have amassed through my fabulous journey, fabulous career that I created. So, yes, we met in London, and Marie is speaking to us today from Los Angeles, and I'm here in London. And you do live between London and Los Angeles, if I'm correct, if I remember correctly, or at least you come quite often to.
No, not
No,
anymore. I live
not
full
anymore.
time in Los Angeles now, and but yes, I did live in London before. I lived a long time in the south of France, so I adore London. I had a house in Richmond upon Thames. I love Richmond, so yeah, it's just right now because I have my TV show here, and we're launching many things here in the United States that I came back to live here in Los Angeles. But yeah, it was a beautiful speaker or leaders
Speakers
connecting
and
with
leaders.
Lily and her partner that we connected. And yeah, it's a, you know, London is a beautiful transformational place. I love that about it. There's such beautiful seminars, people that are so focus on growth, both business and personally. It's definitely one of the self-development hubs of the world right now.
Yes, yes, that's true. People are very awakened. So there are many, many events, amazing people, speakers are coming. And I am on that amazing journey of being a speaker. I am writing my first book, Polish Your Diamond Within. And I admire what you do, and I would love to, if you had to give an advice to someone like me who is kind of in the beginning of their journey, writing their first book, or just starting a podcast, or being on that journey, wanting to empower and inspire other people to dream, manifest, obviously take action, do the right steps. What would that be? Your advice to someone like me and other
Yeah.
people who are on that route?
Well, I started this journey 30 years ago, so I was quite a pioneer. There was not so much people even interested in this information, right? So you are ahead because, first of all, there are more people interested. The market is bigger than when I started. But the first thing I would always say, I was very clear about my vision, about what I want to do. I connected every day with my vision. I would pray for it. I would try to do at least one or a few times a day things to move forward. At that time, there was no social media, there was no internet websites, right? So it was just all referral at that time. So I would say you're definitely in an easier way to manifest. Of course, there are more people now, but there's also more people interested. So be very clear about your vision, be very clear about your brand, what you want to bring, and make sure your brand is represented in everything you do. So like you're saying, for you, it's a diamond, so that's beautiful. So make sure that is there. Activate your environment, use feng shui, like what I did. I always say I would never have become one of the top 20 global transformational speakers if I would not have got my feng shui in order. Yeah. Without feng shui, I would still probably be a lawyer in Belgium. Yeah. So activate that. And I've seen and I've worked with so many speakers and leaders worldwide over the years that each time in your feng shui, your environment is representing what you really want as goals, that it's easier to attract things that you like, yeah, or that you want to accomplish. Of course, networking is super important, and that's not a problem in London at all. But for example, if you want to reach millions of people, it's not so easy to reach millions of people in your own country. You have a podcast, YouTube channel, make sure you have a globe, yeah, and put that in your relationship direction. One of the first things I did is I got myself a globe and I put it in my relationship direction. So you can find that on the app, yeah, in the compass. So mine is in the west. For you, it's somewhere else, Julia. And right now, I always say to people, spin the globe regularly. Now, you even have globes that literally, because of the light, can, with the magnetic field, can spin themselves all the time. So I always have that. Like right now, I'm looking at that spinning globe and I'm looking, oh, I say Australia, I say hi to Australia. I say, oh, it's Asia. I say hi to Asia. So I have connected with, I have students in more than 190 countries, but every day I connect consciously with them through meditation, through just thinking about them. I am connecting consciously with all my students every day. It's meditation or prayer. And do that with such a love for people, right? I always say to people, if you do it for love for money, you will perhaps get a good marketing team and you will make some money for sure, but you won't sustain. Yeah. If you don't have a love for people, yeah, the self-development, the transformational world, if you don't have love, genuine love for people, then you will not sustain. I could not have sustained without that for more than 30 years. Even if I would have good marketing, I have seen many people doing amazing marketing. They go up, but they will drop because people feel they're not authentic, they're not real, and they don't love what they do, and they don't love who they're working with. and they don't love the people they're reaching out to. So love is the key word and not money.
Wow. Thank you. That's very, very powerful. And I felt your message really deep inside. It resonates with how I want to perceive myself and how I want my clients, my followers, people that I inspire to perceive me. Well, that's really beautiful. Thank you for that. Um, I'm full of questions for you because you're this wealth of knowledge, experience, success. So manifestation. May I share my own manifestation story with you, and possibly people who know me also haven't heard it. So I grew up in post-communist Bulgaria. My mother is Russian and father was Bulgarian. So, but I had those big dreams. I don't know. I was born in a very tiny place no one has heard about, but I read Daniel Steele's novels, and I was reading about successful American independent women making their own decisions, choices, working, shopping, playing, having fun, flying East Coast, West Coast.
Hmm.
And this was so far from my reality because church was not allowed. We never heard about meditation, not talking about manifestations. It was just order, and we had no free choice, really. We had no access to read, to see. But looking back to what I have achieved so far, I did manage to move to the USA. I lived in New York for 5 years. I by chance got into the diamond and jewelry industry because I studied economics, and I thought the only prestigious job that would make me good income was in banking. But universe knew better, and I by destiny I met the diamonds, and ever since I made a fabulous career in jewelry and diamonds. I worked for some of the top brands in the world, and I started my own business in 2007, where I was, and I still am, hunting for diamonds, gems, and jewelry all around the globe. It's interesting you say the globe. So, yes, I definitely want to get myself a globe because I love traveling. I make connections everywhere I go. So, so I do work globally in the jewelry business. And
What a
during
beautiful
COVID,
story.
yes, thank you. And during COVID, when I wasn't able to travel as much, I kept traveling though, because maybe of who I am and maybe of what I desire, and it comes to me. I still managed to have like 8 trips during COVID, and one of them I was on a TV show, Rich Holiday, Poor Holiday. So this was fantastic. When we were not allowed to get out of the house, I was with a film crew in Tenerife, plus 27 degrees in November. So I have beautiful success stories, and very interestingly, how they came to life, because I have been a few times on TV, I've been in many magazines, and yes, I do desire, I have very big dreams. And looking back, I have really recreated that heroine from the book. So that's why for me, manifestation is something very, very important. And I guess I have done it somehow subconsciously. But I wonder, when you know more and when you consciously engage with your energy and mind with manifestation, then this must be next level. So how do you teach manifestation? How can I get to that next level?
Yeah. Well, first of all, it's so beautiful that just by reading the books, that you were inspired, yeah, to see that you could open your mind. And
Yes.
sometimes that's the first step, is that people start opening their mind for possibilities that are beyond where they are, coming from Bulgaria and doing this amazing life journey already. So that's the first step, right? Because if people don't open their mind other possibilities than the life they live, they will never manifest. Yeah, there are a lot of people saying, I want to manifest, but they don't open their mind. Yeah. The second step is you took action, like you moved to the US, you did the opportunities that came to you, you followed through with that. Yeah. But the whole difference is that you did all this without a clear intention. Yeah. You just followed the steps that came in front of you. But that's already amazing because most people don't. Yeah. Even people that are conscious about manifestation, when then the door opens, they're hesitating. And like, no, the door opens, step into it. Yeah. Go into that field. Yeah. And so that's the word intention can be stronger. So a conscious intention is that, you start your day with a conscious intention. Like I start my day every day with my vision. I am here to enlighten more than 500 million people. And I always ask myself, my higher self, I ask the world, I ask God, the universe, whatever you call that, show me how. Like, show me every day, and when then things are shown to me, like, for example, your podcast comes my way, right? You reach out to me. I'm like, the fact that you reach out to me, that's already the universe opening a door. Okay, so why would I say no to that? That door opened up. Yeah, so let me consciously step into it. Yeah, so before then I do this meeting with you, I take a conscious intention, and I'm making sure, of course, my feng shui is all in order, but I have a conscious intention to support anyone that's ever going to listen or watch your information, your show. So I just don't come in to like, oh, I'm just showing up and I'm going to just share something. No, there's a conscious intention. Like, this is what I'm going to do. I don't know who she's going to reach, Julia, but I don't know where. It doesn't matter because they are part of these millions of people that need transformation in the world right now. So in that sense, that conscious intention of everything you do, starting in the morning, in the evening, I have a conscious gratitude. I look back at my day and I'm like, oh, thank you, this happened, and thank you for this contact, and thank you for this email that came through, and thank you for the lesson I need to learn. Sometimes not always feels positive, but it can be lessons. Like yesterday evening, I was, for the first time, I create a whole workbook with ChatGTP. Like, I'm so excited, right? So I'm so grateful. Like, I went to sleep and said, oh, I'm so grateful that I started really getting the hang of AI, So there are so many things every day to be grateful for, but there's so many things we can already put the intention every day, more conscious living, right? And once you do that, this is where you go to the next level of manifestation.
Oh, this is beautiful. So, conscious intention in the morning and gratitude in the evening.
Yeah. Some people say, let's do gratitude in the morning. Yes, if you can add that to it, be grateful for the day that is coming. But that's part of your conscious intention setting of the day. That's why people sometimes do journaling in the morning, right? When they journal, they kind of set a conscious intention. That's okay too. You can do it in your mind, you can do it written down, whatever, or you can speak it out, as much as you're doing it. It's all by creating a conscious intention discipline. Because like once in a few nights or a few days doing this just help. Yeah. But you need to do it every day. It's like people take their shower and said, well, while you're taking the shower, you can set your intention, right? You can do multitasking, right? You do things at the same time, or you're eating your little breakfast in the morning, or you're making your smoothie. At that moment when the smoothie machine is working, set your intention. Like, we don't have to think it must be that long. Yeah, it's the regularity, it's the non-stop doing it every day, and I do this for many, many years, right? And so that's why there's a flow that starts happening, a higher flow than if you would do it subconsciously. Yeah, because then it's like every day new energy opens up. Yeah, it's like nonstop. People email me, people ask me. I don't do that much marketing. Of course, I have a marketing team and so on, but people reach out every day to me to be on their show, on their clients, like, because I have that intention. Yeah.
And what is your personal morning routine for you to stay in alignment with your energy flow and to be aligned with your manifestation goals? Is it is there more to the setting intention in the morning?
Yeah, it is. For me, there's always a meditation. So I call it the tubes of light meditation, where I'm really setting my body and my aura field on a high frequency. And that meditation is available for free on the web, on the app. And there's, millions of people that know this meditation already. So it's like setting the intention through a 5 minute meditation. Yeah, you don't need to do more than that, to be honest. It's just setting your frequency, right? In the morning, it's also taking time for my family, to be honest. Even if I'm speaking with you now, make sure I'm an hour earlier up to sit down with my husband for 34 years, playing with my dogs, going outside, having some fresh air, creating a good green smoothie, looking at my agenda, looking at my to-do list, but all not with a feeling of like, oh my God, I have so much to do, but with a feeling of happiness and gratitude that you are able to do that much today. So it's quite a simple thing, but it's the regularity of it that I always feel that people are missing out on.
Wow. Thank you. It's so special to be able to have a little peek into Marie Diamond's routine and thoughts, your feelings, your knowledge. It's incredible. I really, really have enjoyed spending this time with you. And before we finish, is there something that maybe you would like to ask me, or something that you would like to leave us as a closing line for people who are
First of
listening?
all, Julia, I want to thank you for making a difference in the world as a diamond in and out. I think that's so important that you follow your mission, that you follow your purpose. And for everybody out there listening, watching, I would say check out my Mary Diamond app. You can follow me also on YouTube. I have my own podcast. And of course, you can follow me on Instagram, Mary Diamond Official, where every few days you have an amazing tutorial. And I'm looking forward to, you know, perhaps one day see you on my journey. All my love.
I would love that we stay in touch, because there are so many areas and so many topics we can discuss. There's so much that I'm drawn to you, and especially you being Marie Diamond. You're very special to me, my podcast, and my journey. As you said, my journey is about diamonds in and out. And my mission is to help women find their diamonds, material diamonds or their inner diamond, and shine the light on them and help them believe they're beautiful, they are worth it, and they can go and achieve their dreams. Thank you, Mary.
Thank you so much, Julia.